Hi Gemini, welcome to your December 2019 love reading. This deck is going to represent what is going on around the person that you love. Do they want you back? And is there someone new? If you would like a private reading, just look below the video and you'll see a link to my website, channeledguidance.com. Let's go ahead and begin. Okay Gemini, let's go ahead and see what is going on around the person that you love. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Five of Cups. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Five of Pentacles. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Four of Cups. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Three of Pentacles. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Nine of Pentacles. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? The Hierophant. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? The Six of Pentacles. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? The Nine of Cups. And Death. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop here and let's start at the top. I'm going to definitely see that the person that you love is very unhappy, whether you're still together or this is your ex, or maybe it's someone that maybe you're interested in and you're not really involved and you're just kind of curious. Look at this row right here. Five of Cups. Actually, 4 and 5 of Cups, and also the 5 of Pentacles in the middle. So this is a pretty crystal clear message that the person that you love is very unhappy. This person is miserable. The 5 of Cups represents sadness, tears, mourning the loss of something, dwelling on something that was lost. This is a pain that you can't quite shake off. You just keep dwelling on something painful that happened and you keep reliving it over and over and over. Also, there's a sense of loneliness here. If this is an ex, it could be that this person is feeling very kind of lonely now that you're no longer in their life. This is someone also that maybe just feels very isolated. Maybe they feel like they're not connecting with anyone. Also, we see the 4 of Cups here. The 4 of Cups is also being unhappy. This person is just not feeling they're feeling very unfulfilled right now. They're feeling empty. Also, they're not connecting with anyone. Usually with the 4 of Cups, you just want to be left alone. You don't care anymore. So I see the person that you love here in a very kind of sad, lonely, and unhappy place. Now, as we move down here, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, which they call the High Priest in this deck. So, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of spiritual guidance for the person that you love. There is a lot of sad and lonely energy here. But I also feel, I mean, with this card, this is about finding where you belong. This also represents the sign of Taurus, by the way. But this is about kind of trying to find the place where you belong, or the person you belong with. And it could be that this person, you know, they have a lot of thinking to do. They have the 3 of Pentacles. This is about, you know, really trying, a lot of effort being put in. Especially if something like the 9 of Pentacles right next to it, because the 9 of Pentacles is doing what's best for you, putting yourself on a pedestal, self-confidence, self-worth. And I don't see that up there. I feel like the person that you love is just depressed, sad, lonely, miserable. And I feel like there's a lot of guidance for them to do the right thing, to, you know, focus on themselves, to make good decisions, and to really kind of put a lot of work maybe into finding who they belong with, especially if they're confused. Now on the bottom row, let's see if I can show you what I'm looking at here. We've got the 6 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and Death. So as far as how they're thinking and feeling, I mean, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. This is the person that you love getting what they deserve, receiving the love, the affection, the relationship that they deserve. I see that they're really wanting this. They have the 9 of Cups down here. So this is a card of being extremely happy, but perhaps also having a wish fulfilled. And we've got Death here. So the person that you love could definitely be focusing on a relationship that ended, because death does represent an ending. But I also feel like the person that you love is really, you know, they're in a very sad, lonely, miserable place. But they're also realizing that something has to change here with the Death card. This is a significant change. This is a huge transformation, and they know that something has to change so that they can be happy here with the 9 of Cups. Okay, let's get a few more cards to see what else comes up. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? The 8 of Pentacles, Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So it could definitely be that this person wants to communicate with you. I mean, I definitely see them really unhappy here, and but also knowing that something has to change, maybe in order for them to be happy again, because they have the Nine of Cups right next to the Death card. But again, I'm asking, how is this person thinking and feeling right now? And I do see them focusing on a new beginning here, a new beginning, a new relationship. I feel like this is for those of you where you've broken up or you hit a glitch in your relationship. I feel like this is about you, because you have the Eight of Pentacles, which means that they know there's a lot of work to do when it comes to maybe your relationship or your marriage if you're married. They know there's a lot of work to do to have this new beginning. But it could also be, that they're realizing that they have to be honest. They have the Page of Swords. They have to be completely honest maybe about how unhappy they are or what's making them unhappy. I don't know, Gemini, but I mean, I really see the cards are being very specific here that the person that you love is miserable. And it could be maybe that they're ready to be completely honest what's making them unhappy, or what's it going to take for this person to be happy again with the Nine of Cups. Again, they see that there's a lot of work to do. They're thinking right now that there is a lot of work to do to repair this relationship, and they know that there has to be complete honesty here. Okay, let me get a few cards in the confirmation deck. Let's see what comes up here. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Five of Swords. My goodness. Look at all these fives right here. Five of Swords, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. The fives represent an obstacle, a challenge, a problem. What is the person that Gemini loves thinking and feeling right now? Six of Cups. Five of Wands. My goodness. How many fives have I pulled now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have pulled 4 fives. So, I mean, the cards are screaming the person that you love has a major problem going on right now. There is some type of obstacle as far as like things working out between you. The Five of Swords, I mean, this card is a very bad decision. And it could definitely be that the person that you love is thinking back and realizing that they made a very poor decision, maybe in walking away from you. We have the Five of Swords next to the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups can be a card of regrets. Somebody looking back and thinking, I shouldn't have done that. And that is the same meaning of the Five of Swords, a very bad decision that comes back to haunt you. So this person could be focusing on a decision that they made, maybe to walk away from you. And it could be maybe that this is something they're ready to admit, with the Page of Swords being here, being completely honest. Now we also have the Six of Cups and the Five of Wands. So, I mean, the Five of Wands to me, I mean, as far as how they're thinking and feeling, I feel like the person that you love is feeling really conflicted. Perhaps they're torn over as far as maybe getting back together with you. I feel like there's a lot of guidance around them here to do what's best for them, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe they need to work on themselves, need to find themselves. I mean, I feel like there's a struggle going on. It could be that they're fighting themselves when it comes to reaching out to you or asking you for forgiveness. Or just communicating with you, because I feel like they, in some way, like they want to speak their truth here with the Page of Swords. But also, we've got the Six of Cups here. So the person that you love is still connected to you. This is the past. For some of you, if this is your ex, or even if it's someone that you're coupled with, but maybe you're not together right now. Maybe there's, kind of distance between you, so to speak. Maybe not physically. There's still that soulmate connection. This card does represent soulmate energy. So, I mean, I feel like the person that you love is kind of looking at the spread. Pretty clear message here. This person is very unhappy. Some of them could be regretting a decision that they made if they're the ones who left you. I feel like some of them, like they know that, they have to be completely honest with the Page of Swords. Maybe they're ready to speak their truth. This came right before the Ace of Cups, a new beginning. Perhaps they're ready for this new beginning. And they're ready to be completely honest maybe about what, what is making them unhappy. And they could be honest about something that maybe where they were not honest with you, where they lied to you, and they're ready to admit that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next spread. Okay, Gemini, let's go ahead and see if this person wants you back. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Queen of Cups. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Wow, King of Cups. This reading is just full of synchronicities. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? The Hermit. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Ten of Pentacles. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Six of Wands. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Strength. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Seven of Coins. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Seven of Wands. Does Gemini's love interest want Gemini back? Five of Coins. Okay, so I definitely feel like they're doing a lot of thinking. We've got kind of strong water sign energy here. King and Queen of Cups. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can even represent you if you have a moon or rising in a water sign. But I also feel because of what we're asking here, let's just focus on the first row, that there's a lot of emotion here. This person could be in a very emotional place. We did see that they're very unhappy in the first spread when we focus on what they were thinking and feeling. There was a lot of unhappy energy there, especially in the first row. Now, as far as do they want you back, the King and the Queen of Cups, if they're not a water sign, this means that this is someone who is really trying to get in touch with their emotions and their intuition, which makes sense with the Hermit here. The Hermit can represent the sign of Virgo, but it also means that there is a lot of soul searching going on. They're trying to figure out the truth. Maybe as far as how they really feel about you. Do they want you back? What are they ready to change? Because we did kind of see some of that in the first spread. This is someone who is reflecting. And we have that same message here in the bottom row with the Seven of Coins. They're weighing their options as far as maybe coming back to you, for finding their way back to you. They're trying to make a decision here with the Seven of Coins. Now, if you look at the second row here, we've got the Ten of Coins, the Six of Wands, and Strength. So, I mean, this is, a relationship with you. The Ten of Coins, this is a relationship, stability, commitment. I feel like, they do want this. They have the Six of Wands, which is victory. They want this to succeed. But, we've got the Strength card here, which can represent the sign of Leo. But Strength is also saying that this person has to be strong. Maybe there's something going on with this person where right now, maybe they're giving into a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of negativity. The Strength card is about conquering your ego, your inner beast, that part of you that makes you angry and want to lash out and just kind of, react in a negative way. I feel like in some way this person is trying to kind of get away from that energy. But I do feel like they want you back here with the Ten of Coins being next to the Six of Wands. They want this relationship to succeed. Again, with the Seven of Coins at the bottom, I feel like there's a lot of thinking going on as far as, a relationship with you. I feel like they're trying to make that decision. Again, the Hermit and the Seven of Coins, it's the same message. They're trying to be very careful about what they're going to do next. And also, I just realized down here, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a lot like the Strength card. This person, in order to come back to you, I feel like they do want to come back to you. They're doing a lot of thinking about you. But they, the Seven of Wands means they have to stand up to their own ego, which is right here, the Strength card. Their ego is in some way maybe holding them back. Maybe they're afraid of trusting you again. Maybe they're just afraid of relationships. This means they have to stand up to their own ego. I also feel like for some of you, this could even be standing up to someone else who's interfering in the relationship. Maybe they need to put their foot down with someone who is maybe giving them bad advice. They also have the Five of Coins. So the Five of Coins, this is sadness. There's just this feeling of abandoned. Maybe this person feels that you let them down. A sense of loneliness. So I feel like this person does miss you and is thinking about you. And I feel like they're trying to be very careful as far as, is there going to be a second chance? Let me get a few more. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Knight of Swords. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Two of Cups. And the Emperor. So I feel like things could change. With this Knight of Swords, to me the Knight of Swords is like the Tower. I feel like this person could very unexpectedly pop up in your life again. Because we did see in the first spread that they're very unhappy, and then this is coming up again here. This person is feeling lonely and abandoned. And I definitely see that things could change very unexpectedly with the Knight of Swords because that soulmate connection is still there. The Two of Cups. This means that they do want you back. The Two of Cups is a soulmate relationship. That close emotional bond is still there. There's just a need for someone to take control here. We have the Emperor. This is taking back your power. This is feeling in control. And I feel like the person that you love is not, I'm getting a strong feeling that this person is not like really feeling in control of their life right now for some reason. I don't know if this because they're in a negative place. It could be that's why they have the Strength card and the Seven of Wands. I feel like the person that you love, I don't know, it's a very strange feeling. Like there's something else going on with this person that's not allowing them to make their own decisions. Like I don't know if there's someone else interfering, somebody giving them bad advice, or they just had a lot of negative relationships. It's a crystal clear feeling that there's something else going on with the person that you love where they're not making their own decisions. I don't know what this means because it's a general reading. There's someone else interfering and they need to take back their power here with the Emperor. They need to be in control. Once they do that, things will change very quickly for you. I feel like this person definitely still sees you as their soulmate with the Two of Cups. They do want you back. And there's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of soul searching going on. Maybe how to find their way back to you. And again, there's a sense of loneliness here and sadness with the Five of Coins. Okay, let me get the confirmation deck. Let me give it a quick shuffle. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Does Gemini's... Okay, a card just flew out. Hold on just a second here. Look at this. This card flew out, the Moon. I feel like there's a lot you don't know about what's really going on with the person that you love. Again, I have a strong feeling, and this doesn't always come through in readings, but I have a strong feeling that someone else is interfering either with your relationship or with their decision to be with you or come back to you. The Moon does represent that there's something hidden here. There is something that you don't know. There is confusion. This also could represent fear. It also represents a sign of Pisces. So let me put that back in there. Let me keep shuffling. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Okay, let's see what comes up here. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Interesting. The Seven of Pentacles has repeated itself. This person is definitely, here it is, same card, different deck. They're thinking about it very carefully. They keep weighing the pros and cons of coming back to you. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Two of Swords. Does Gemini's love interest want them back? Three of Swords. So we pretty much established that the person that you love is in a very emotional place, heartbroken. Again, if you go back and watch the first spread, what they were thinking and feeling, there was a lot of sad, very unhappy energy up here. Now that energy has come up again in this card, the Five of Coins, feeling abandoned, lonely, needy, and now heartache has come up here. This person is heartbroken. Two and Three of Swords. I feel like this person is thinking about your relationship. And since this is kind of a reading where I'm kind of focusing on specific questions the way I usually do in my private readings, I'm not just kind of pulling cards like I do in the regular monthlies. I feel like the cards are being very specific that this person is, do they want you back? They're doing a lot of thinking. They're trying to be very careful about what they're going to do next. They're planning what they're going to do next. Yet there is a lot of heartache here. If you broke up with this person, or you did something wrong, I feel like they're torn as far as can they trust you again. Because the Two of Swords, this is a really difficult, complicated decision that they need to make. And that decision is here 2 times, with the Seven of Pentacles here being twice, coming up twice, but also the Hermit is here as well. I feel like it's a very difficult decision as far as do they want you back. I feel like, they still love you, but for some reason, there's a lot of heartache here for the sign of Gemini. And this makes it really difficult for this person to make this decision. They're stuck. Their ego is very much kind of taking over. And this can be, maybe in the form of fear, because the Moon did jump. Fear, afraid of what will happen if they get back together with you. Again, maybe they need to stand up to their own fears here. Maybe they just can't trust anybody anymore. Maybe they've been heartbroken. If this has nothing to do with you breaking up with them, maybe they've had their heart broken once too many times. I feel like the person that you love is heartbroken, but again, that soulmate connection is still there. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next spread. Okay, Gemini, let's go ahead and focus on the person that you love and have they found somebody new. And if you're still together, then this spread is not going to apply to you. But for those of you where maybe you're wondering, have they moved on? This is what you want to watch. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? Strength. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? The Eight of Cups. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? Six of Cups. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? Nine of Swords. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? Two of Swords. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? Knight of Swords. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? Five of Wands. The Chariot. Is there someone new around the person that Gemini loves? The Nine of Wands. So I feel like for the majority of you, I feel like there isn't somebody new. I was definitely kind of looking for court cards, but I mean, we do have a really difficult decision here right in the center of the reading. I'm going to get a confirmation card for this, but this can just be a very difficult decision as far as do they want to come back to you, which we saw that in that spread. It's, you know, there was something there that's kind of maybe not allowing them to come back. I definitely see that. I mean, we've got the Six of Cups here, that the person that you love is still kind of focusing on what happened in the past here with the Six of Cups. Not only that, you've got the Eight of Cups. They're also focusing on a goodbye that happened. This is someone who walked away, and they're just trying to stay strong. We've got the Strength card. Also means that they're having to deal with some issues where their ego is really kind of, you know, being activated here. They're really struggling with their ego. So again, this is what came up when I'm asking, is there somebody new? They're really focusing on a goodbye, and they're focusing on the past and what has happened in the past. I also see, you know, as far as, is this person moving on? You know, are they dating? Have they found somebody new? There is a lot of agonizing there. A lot of stress. It could be that this person maybe is afraid of moving on, which could be, you know, why the Eight of Cups is here. There's a lot of anxiety and tension as far as maybe finding somebody new. I feel like with this Two of Swords, I feel like they're just kind of stuck. I don't think it's somebody new. Let me get a confirmation card. Is there somebody, what does this Two of Swords represent for Gemini? Has the person that they loved, have they found somebody new? Or are they just having trouble moving on? No, they're just having trouble moving on. I pulled the Five of Pentacles. This is the third time you've seen this card. The Five of Pentacles, this is a card of feeling abandoned, feeling sad, lonely, isolated, which ties in, you know, with this Nine of Swords. There's a lot of agonizing, a lot of fear. Fear here and fear here around the person that you love. They're focusing on a goodbye. They're focusing on the past. But all of this could change very quickly with the Knight of Swords. You know, if they finally make a difficult decision. This could be to move on if they're ready. Now, if you look at this bottom row, again, I'm asking, is there somebody new? And we've got the Five of Wands. I feel like this is telling me that as far as the person that you love moving on, they're fighting themselves. I feel like they don't want to move on. Because, I mean, that's what we saw when I asked if they wanted you back. They don't want to move on. There's a problem here. Now we have, let's see here. We have two fives. There's an obstacle to them moving on. And it could be that they still want you back. This would be them moving on. The Chariot, this is movement. It can also represent the sign of Cancer. The Chariot is, you know, movement, changes, big changes as far as them moving on. This is surrounded by the person that you love fighting themselves. They're struggling with moving on. And also there's fear moving on with the Nine of Wands. They're paranoid maybe about, you know, maybe giving their heart to someone else or maybe even losing you. Okay, let me get a few more. Has the person that Gemini loves found somebody new? The High Priestess, Temperance. Has the person that Gemini loves found somebody new? And the Fool. So all major arcana here. I mean, I feel like the person that you love, you're being told here, trust your intuition. Do you think this person has moved on? But I also feel like they're very much listening to their intuition. And for some of you, it could be that their intuition is telling them that there can still be a new beginning, maybe with you. Also, Temperance this is not a card of action. This is someone who is not, this is not a card of moving on. This is a card of not doing anything extreme. Hands off. Just let everything happen naturally. Again, this is just about just laying low and just letting things happen. It could be that this is what their intuition is telling them as far as a new beginning, because this is a risky new beginning. It could be that maybe they're not ready to take that risk yet. So I definitely see the person that you love, agonizing, maybe as far as making that decision to move on here. They're torn, and there's still a lot of sadness here. There's a feeling of loneliness and abandonment. Okay, let me get some cards in the confirmation deck. Let's see what else comes up. The person that Gemini loves found somebody new. It's the person that Gemini loves found somebody new. The person that Gemini loves found somebody new. Okay, let's see what comes up for you. The person that Gemini loves found somebody new. 6 of Cups. Page of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. So, I mean, I feel like, again, I'm asking, have they found somebody new? And the past is coming up. So, again, this could be their connection to you. Also, I feel like they're, as far as moving on, they're looking at things very carefully. They're looking at their love life, maybe their connection to you. Are they ready to move on? That difficult decision, which is right here. They're torn. If you know that the person has moved on already, we have the 7 of Swords here. This can be self-deceit. This is someone who is lying to themselves. It could also be that there is some type of deceit going on. Again, because this reading is general, and for some of you, you may already know they moved on with someone else. It could be, that maybe there is some type of deceit in that relationship. But I also feel, in general, for those of you where you're just kind of wondering, is there somebody new and you have no idea what's going on in their life? I feel like they're still kind of focusing on the past. They're really looking at this very carefully. And I feel like they could also maybe even be in denial here as far as the past, their feelings for you. Because I see a lot of agony here. A lot of agonizing, a lot of tension. And they're torn maybe over, moving on here. Because the Knight of Swords is moving on very quickly. I also just realized the 6 of Cups is a repeat card. There's one here and one here. So, again, there's still that strong connection to the past. And they're also focusing on, a goodbye here. For those of you where this is your ex, they're, where you've broken up, they're still focusing on that. And when it comes to big movement, as far as finding somebody else, the Chariot represents that. The cards around it are the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So, this is, they're fighting themselves. There's a struggle as far as moving on. And also there is fear with the 9 of Wands. Okay, Gemini, this has been your December 2019 love reading. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again soon.